All right, hello once again, Jeff Scott from Jeff Teaches Programming. And in the last video, we came in and found out that we'd had an error in here. And I'm going to try at least to explain to you, if I can find my notes, what the error was and how we're going to fix it. Now, one thing to realize is when we're working with a person here, for lack of better words, there's three different ways of looking at a person. We've got the person entity, which is the database version of the person. We've got the iPerson, our person interface, which is kind of our domain model that's in our BMI library. Plus, we've got the grid view, which is going to hold the person. All right. So the person ID is not being exposed right now in iPerson. All right. So that's the main cause of the problem that we had. So let's start by finding this iPerson that's right here. And if you look here, we don't have, in this interface, we've got everything, but we do not have, rather, in here, an int, call it person ID, and it's going to be read-only. It's just going to be a getter. All right, so we need to add that first of all. File, save all. Now notice that now when we go back and we look in our delete, whoops, where are we? That error is now gone. All right, we're not done yet, but that's some of it at least. Okay, I want to go back and look at our person concrete too, because if you look in here, that also, well, we did have an ID in there, I guess. We've got a public int. Let's change this around. Let's take this that we put in here. And this person concrete, instead of having it come from person abstract, let's have it come from iPerson. Right, now that's going to screw some stuff up, but that's okay. We'll fix it in just a second. All right, so we'll start at the top here. We've got our public int. We'll make this person ID. And again, it'll be just a get. And then after that, we're going to put all of our other stuff in here. So public string first name. This will also be just a getter. Public string last name, which would be a getter. Public int height, height, which will be a getter. And public int weight, which will be a getter. Public double BMI, which again will be a getter. And public string BMI status, which again will be a getter. All right, so we'll have those. Now we need the constructor for our new records here. Okay, so for the existing records, that's right here, the original constructor. We're going to need to add in here. Let's do this. I like to kind of keep everything together that I think belongs together. So I'm going to say here int person ID. All right, now we've got string first name, string last name, int height, int weight, double BMI status. Okay, that's good. All right, so again, this is for the existing or the original one that we had. And I think we can get rid of all this now. And we can come in here. And we're going to say person ID equal person ID. We're just going to keep bringing these in. So first name is first name, last name is last name, height is height, weight is weight, BMI is BMI, BMI status is BMI status. All right. Let's pretty this up just a tad. All right, so we've got that. Now we need our new constructor. All right. So again, this will be public, person concrete, and this is going to look more like what we had before. So string first name, string last name, int height, int weight, double BMI status. And again, we don't need this anymore. And this is going to look pretty much, we're just going to copy this. So we've got that. Now, what's the difference between these? In the original one that we had, we have to provide the person ID, but in this one, we do not. All right. Now, the next thing that we're going to want to do in here is we're going to want to go into our EF person repository. All right. And in our get people, oh, where the heck is that? There it is. Order by, select, create p.person ID. Okay, I think that might be okay the way it is. Let's look. Let me look at my notes here. Return context people, order by, date created, select new person concrete, last name, height, weight, status, can't set the numbers. That looks good. All right. That looks good. Let's do a file, save all here, and let's close a few of these. Close the person concrete, the iPerson, the EF repository. Let's go down to here now. Take a look at our delete that we have here. iPerson repo. It's good. Person additionalized components. And in our load, I know we had that in here. There's our load right there. In our load event, all right, now the thing in here is, let's see, we've got our auto generate columns equal true. All right, I'm going to take this line that's in here right now out, and I'm going to put in here so this is when we're loading. All right, so again, this is our all right, so this is going to allow us to come in and basically pick out something that we want to delete and delete it. We still need that data source line that we had in there though. data binding, we want data source. And that's going to be equal to repo.getPeople. Now in our actual delete, again, if the current row is null, we say you must select a record to delete, and we just return. Otherwise, we're going to set up a person. We're going to cast it to an iPerson because that's what we are going to end up working with. DGV delete current row data bound item. Then we've got our, that should have been a var there. All right. And we're trying to delete a person. We're confirming. All right. And if we say yes, repo.delete person by their ID, and we go back and we call get people again. Okay, that should be correct. All right. So that's the first one. Ideally, now we're going to be able to do a delete. See where we are for time. We're at 12 minutes, so that's fine. So let's go on to the next one here. Now I'm going to try something here. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but yeah. What I was going to do was just to make a copy of our delete, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to come in here. I'm going to add a new form, and that's going to be FRM list persons. Now we've got that. Let's make it look like the other one. So again, it's going to be this size. Okay, it's going to be this color. All right, it's getting there. Let's copy that. Paste it in. Lock it. Make sure that's in the right place in just a second. All right. Now this isn't going to be a delete. This is going to be a btn list people. Just put list there. Okay. Let's see. This was located at 4321. So let's do the same thing here. Okay, so that's now in the right place. Let's move the buttons over so they're in the right place. Oops, 221,562. Okay, and the other one will be at 743,562. Okay, let's lock this all into place now. There we go. So we've got that. Then let's go back to our delete person and let's find on the form. Okay, we're going to copy all that. Get to the end, instead of delete, person form. This will be list persons form. Okay, we've got that done now. Let's, well, it says BTM because I copied it over incorrectly, but that's all right. We're just going to leave it that the way it is. Should have been BTN. Let's copy all that. All right. Now we've got our return. Should be working now. So what is left here up at the top, just like we had done previously, right here after the form. So right there, we're going to say private read-only iPerson repository. We called it repo. And that's equal to a new iPerson repository. And it's not a new iPerson repository, it's a new EFPerson repository. There we go. No, we're not using it, and that's why it's grayed out right now, but we'll fix that in a moment. Then we've got our initialized component. All right, we also want to put something into our load, which will be down here. All right, and in here, we're going to do a lot of what we've been doing. So DGV, before we do that, let's change the name of the data grid view, because this data grid view is not for deleting. We'll call this DGV list. All right, so this will be DGV list dot auto generate columns is going to be equal to true. DGV list dot read only is going to be equal to true. DGV list dot allow user to add rows is going to be false because it's read only. DGV list dot selection mode is going to be equal to the same thing we had before, but let's put this over 2 lines just so it's a little easier to read. And finally, DGV list dot data source again is going to be equal to repo dot get people. Okay, I think that's okay the way it is. Now we've got update left. I believe that's all we got left to do in here. Could be wrong, but we're going to see in just a moment. So file, save all. All right, I'm at 19 minutes, so this one might get closer to 30 minutes in length, but I'd rather finish it here or do the best I can to finish it here. Again, when you look here, we don't need any of these, but we do need the system.windows.forms at the bottom. All right, so again, file, save all. Let's create one more form here. You notice, hopefully at least, what you're noticing is it's kind of looking cleaner. I've got my migration stuff together, my model stuff together, and my form stuff together. So I have a form now. The stats is going to be basically my create. This is my delete. This is my read, so I have to have an update. So let's add a new form, and it'll be FRM update. update person. Okay. Now one thing I should check on here, I should double check here. Let me view the code. Okay, it is public already. That's good. We don't need any of that. All right. But what I do want to do is come in here at this in design mode and kind of do what I've been doing. And that is, let's just we'll go to list person. And let's change the size. We're going to change the color right away. Okay, let's go in and from here, as we did before, let's copy this. All right, let's get the right placement for it. So there's the location, 4321. Okay, so that's done. Let's add those two buttons. Finally, let's come in here. We'll position those in a moment. Let's go in here and, again, as we've done previously. No. Oh, all those start positions should be center screen, and I probably didn't do that on those. So there's that. Yep. There's the delete. Here's our update. Okay. All right. Let's go back. I think the delete can, let's do a file save all here. Let's close everything for delete. I think we can close that. I think we can close that. And I think we can close that. All right, let's go back to list persons here. And this is going to be update person form. Okay. We'll change this to BTN update. That can stay return, that's fine. This will be DGV update. Okay. Hopefully we're just about to the end here. All right. Let's lastly, kind of like we did before, whoopsie. Where we've got this return to start screen, let's copy all that in. Looking at something here. All this stuff that I put in here into the click, that's just going to list people. That shouldn't be there. It should actually be here in load. And I don't think that button has to do anything. I don't think I even need a button there. I just want that to show. Well, I don't think it hurt anything to put it there too. All right. redundant, but I think I'll leave it the way it is there. All right. And again, like I said, I'm going to grab all of this, copy it, come back to here, paste that in. There we go. Okay, so that's all done. So what's left to do here? Just our update. As before, we're going to come in here, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to say private read-only iPerson repository repo equals new EF person repository. All right, and we got our update. In our load event, oh boy, well, that isn't good at all, is it? Does not contain something for DGV update. Somehow in here this did not get renamed. DGV update, that's all right there. Oh, private data grid view. I think this should be DGV update, I believe. Hopefully that'll fix the problem we had. No. Oh, fantastic. Okay, well, I must be getting close to the end here. And I am. So I'm going to stop here, fix this problem, and hopefully finish this up. I'll be back shortly. Thanks.